my channel. It has been a while, which is what this video is going to be about. I look a little bit dishevelled. It is the end of the day. It is nearly 9 o'clock at night and I have just finished doing all the stuff that I do once the kids go to bed, and it's a Thursday, so it's the end of the week is coming and I can really feel it. So yes, apologies for looking a little bit dishevelled, but it's okay, it's what we're working with. Yeah, so I wanted to film this video a couple of days ago, but it kind of fits with the theme of what the video is about, which is just a bit of a life update. And things are just busy and things are just going so fast. We've had a lot of changes and we've got a lot of changes, I think, still to come, and it's just been a busy time. But yeah, the last couple of days we have had the internet provider. This isn't the update, by the way, this is just me telling you why I've not been recording for the last couple of days when I intended to. So the footage that you saw just before was me going for a nice walk with Jax through Cirencester Park. Absolutely gorgeous, and I would highly recommend for a nice walk if you are in the Cotswolds. It is beautiful. There's loads of different, you know, variations that you can do while you're in there, and I've started trying to go for a walk in there once a week or so, just to try and increase my steps a little bit. And Jax absolutely loves it in there, as do I, and yeah, we get a lot of walking done there while we're there. So that was what that was. The intention was to then come home, sit down and film this. And we've had the internet people here digging up immediately outside these windows right here. And it has been so loud for the past 2 days. So here we are. The good news about that though is that they are putting in fibre. We live in a very rural area, as anybody who has watched my videos before will know, and they are focusing on the more rural places first, and it's going to make such a difference with working from home and YouTube and all that stuff once it's actually switched on and working, which they finished putting all the stuff in today. So fingers crossed it's not far away and we can pay for it and get it all hooked up soon. I am really hoping that anyway. So before we get any further in, I'm gonna get my Diet Coke on the go. Like I said, I've literally just finished racing around and I need a cold beverage straight out of the fridge. So here we go. Oh gosh, it's just so good. Perfect. So I do prefer Coke Zero actually. Let me know down in the comments below what kind of Coke you would prefer, or would you rather have Pepsi? If I had to do the rankings, I would do Pepsi Max and then Coke Zero and then Diet Coke. However, Diet Coke was on offer in Tesco, so that was what we got. But yes, let's get into why we're here, what we're talking about, and why I've not been uploading videos for the past probably month or two. Probably more like 2 months. So I have, as you guys know, had a baby within the last year, and I am due to go back to work very soon. And I debated on whether or not I should talk about this on my YouTube channel, and I decided that I'm just going to be open about it. I'm trying my best to not go back to my current workplace. It's not something that I've talked about much, but the contract that I'm on with them isn't the most stable, and they can move me about. They don't have to keep me in the same position. It's essentially a 0-hour contract, and I've never had an issue with getting hours. That's never ever been a problem. However, I'm at the stage of life where I've got 2 kids. I'm not having any more kids now. I know that, and I want to be working on my career, and I want to be working on things that fulfill me, and I want to be working on bettering myself, bettering the position that my family is in, and being on a 0-hour contract just doesn't make sense. So I have been applying for jobs like nobody's business. It is my intention to not go back to my current work if I can help it. But I will if I can't get, a role lined up in time. And then I will just continue looking for a job, essentially. But the last month, I would say I have been literally spending all of my time looking for jobs, applying for jobs. I reckon I've applied for about 20 to 30 jobs in the last month, and I have got, I've had one interview which unfortunately I didn't get, but they sent me a huge email with really lovely feedback saying that the only reason that they didn't choose me was because they had someone with a lot more experience, which completely fine, completely understand that. And I do wonder if there might be something better for me that is coming in the future. I do have an interview lined up for next week. The interviews are starting to roll in, basically. So I'm confident that I am going to have a new job very, very soon. I was going to say I've been lucky, but I have worked very hard before having children on my career. And it's not something that I talk about much on this channel because this channel is largely about my hobbies, so it doesn't make sense. But a huge reason why I like focusing on my hobbies is because I work so hard. So it does kind of all slot in together, and I just want to be very honest about what's going on, why I haven't been posting, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's essentially where I have been. I think that I will be getting a new job. It just obviously depends on when in time scales. I've also just signed my baby up to start nursery, so that's been a huge change for us. The nursery that we have gone for, we went to see a couple of different ones. We looked at like online, we were looking at quite a lot of different ones. We whittled it down to 2 in the end, and we have chosen, and it's really, really close by to where we live, to Aubrey School, and it makes sense for us. So essentially my life could look very, very different in the next month or two. We will see, fingers crossed. But I feel like 2026 and this point of time right now is like a building phase, and some really big stuff is coming, I believe, anyway. I really believe that because I'm working so hard to make things happen, that they will happen. So that's kind of why I decided to film this video and put it out there. We are manifesting, but I don't know if you guys follow Angie Belmar. I think I've mentioned her about 10 times on this channel. I absolutely love her, but she talks about putting things out into the universe, but also working towards doing them. So when you manifest something, you don't just sit around and say, I want this to happen, and then do nothing for it. You put in the work and you do the steps needed to not just to put it out there, but to also try and make it happen. And that is exactly what I have been doing. I also did want to touch on quickly the fact that I have started a weight loss journey, and I have not wanted to talk about it on this channel because this channel, I've deleted loads of videos from it before, because it started to turn into something that I didn't really want it to turn into, and it just became kind of like a log of food and what I eat in days and stuff like that, and I don't want to go down that route, essentially. It became the thing that I was focusing on the most, and I don't want to do that. But I do want to talk about the fact that I'm on a weight loss journey, what I'm doing, because it's just awkward not talking about it, in all honesty. And if I put it out there, it's just easier. And I don't want to have a big debate as well. And this is partly one of the reasons why I deleted loads of those videos, is because I have gone back to Slimming World, and a lot of my videos before were Slimming World videos. And it just invites in this conversation that, you know, Slimming World's been getting quite a lot of hate online the last couple of years. There's an awful lot of people talking about it being toxic. That is not my experience that I've ever had with it. Again, hence why I've decided to go back. It's working for me. I have lost 1 stone and 2 pounds since September last year. However, there has been a good 3-month period where I didn't try at all put on a bit of what I had lost. So, you know, that isn't really an accurate representation of what I would have been losing had I been trying that whole time. It was around the time that I had a family bereavement, and in all honesty, I didn't have the mental space to think about it. And that was why it got sort of, again, parked and I came back to it. But yeah, I gained with my pregnancy, I gained between 1.5 stone and 2 stone. I think technically it was 1 stone 10 pounds, and I've lost 1 stone 2 pounds of it. So really pleased with that, considering everything that's been going on. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it as well is because I want to start sharing some recipes as part of my hobbies, because I love creating recipes. I love, you know, playing around and making new recipes. It's one of my favorite things. I love finding nice cozy meals to feed my family, and I love the homely vibes, and I love cooking. And if I can cook in a way that also helps me lose weight and get a little bit healthier, then absolutely, that's great. But yeah, I just wanted to put this video out there because I want to start filming again very, very soon. I want to continue with my cozy hobbies. Again, those have been on the back burner for the last month or so while all this stuff's been going on. But I have been picking up some of my cozy hobbies in the last couple of days, and when you have a big break like that and you go back to it and you pick it back up again, you realise how much you need it. You realise how much joy and relaxation that you get out of it. So I definitely want to get back to it, but I didn't want to just jump straight back in and not acknowledge the fact that I haven't posted for a while. So here it is. Here is why. I'm really hoping that in the next few weeks I can come back to you guys and say, yes, I got the most amazing job, and it's better pay, it's better hours, it's better contract. I'm really putting that out there, and like I said to you guys, I'm working my bum off, to be honest, to try and make that happen. I'm in a position now where, like I said, I feel like this is the time for me. Obviously my baby's still very small, but like she's nearly 1, she's not tiny, but you guys know what I mean. Like she's nowhere near going to school or anything like that, so it's not quite, I'm not quite at the stage of being like, you know, I'm done with my kids. However, I'm definitely at that point in time of needing to get back to myself a bit, needing to spend that time on myself, needing to make the right choices for me. And one thing that I'm very passionate about with work as well is that it suits me, it suits my family. It's not just about the money, it's not just about, you know, how much I can earn. It has to suit my family. So that's a huge part of it as well, especially living out in the rural Cotswolds. It has to be either convenient hours or hybrid, and there's not a huge amount of choice, to be honest with you. So the fact that I've managed to find so many jobs to apply for gives me a lot of hope. So yeah, fingers crossed I will be coming back to you guys on that with a bit of an update soon. But like I say, we're going to get back into the cozy hobbies first. and take it from here. So let me know down below if you've got any questions, or if you've been through kind of like a similar stage of life, or you know, if have you been on that bit of a crappy contract at work, and what did you do to try to move on from it? I'd really love to hear your comments down below, so let me know, and I'll see you guys in a video again really, really soon, and we're going to get back to those cozy hobbies together. See you then.